I really like as well your, as part of your, sort of what leadership is to you, is this idea that leadership is being the connector, being the facilitator. And it's quite a different take. We have this sort of misinterpretation, I think, of the word of it. It comes with a title, it comes with a responsibility,
Yep.
when in actual fact, it's more about influencing and helping people, empower them
Yep.
to do what's right, in their
Exactly.
sort of lives. What do you think for you, what are sort of the important, what are your values that underpin that action, taking the initiative? What would you say were sort of the main elements of, and how do you communicate that? Does that come across to the public, do you think? How do you think it comes across not just in words, but also in the way that you hold yourself?
I guess the defining issue around that, another good question, by the way,
Okay.
is what drives you. And is it your own success or the success of other people? And you have to come to a decision, especially in politics, because it is so robust. Why are you there? Are you there because you want to be in charge? Well, everybody who's there wants to be in charge. They want to be in the government. They want to make the decisions. Are you there for your own ambition, your own career? Some may be. I think everybody who enters politics enters into that area because they want to do something good for their community. And I keep reminding myself that's why I'm there. Because there's lots of things that happen in political life that go for you and against you.
Yeah.
And if you're not there for the right reason, when things go against you, for whatever reason, it may not be because of anything that you've done, it might just be timing, it might just be decisions that other people make, then you've got to ask yourself, why am I there? I have always put it as a fundamental purpose of why I'm there is for the best of our community. And I'm there for the purpose of other people. Their success will mean that I'm successful. So essentially that becomes an underlying principle. It's called servant leadership, where people use whatever skills and abilities they have for the promotion and the success of other people. And I have always, and I talk to my colleagues about this at different times, different forums, because every single one of my colleagues has gone through some rough period. And so it gives them an opportunity to actually ask, why are we here?
Yeah.
And if you're there for the right person, for the right purpose, then the stuff that happens that goes against you doesn't have the same impact, and it enables you to remain a very positive, outward-focused, giving person. And I think all of those things are the reasons why people elect us in the first place. So if you want to have longevity in terms of having influence and being able to do things for your community, you've got to get your head and heart in the right place. And you've got to keep it there. And there's plenty of opportunities to lose that equilibrium.
Yeah.
Plenty of opportunities. I think that MPs will find, and people who aspire to be MPs will find it incredibly challenging to their self-esteem. When somebody has a go at you publicly, whether it's in social media or whether it's in the House, in the debating chamber, you've got to have, as I say, thick skin. But you've got to keep your head and your heart soft, or your head hard and your heart soft. So that sort of stuff doesn't affect you. And it comes back to actually, what is your value system?
Yeah.
Yep. That's the fundamental place, because you can't pretend that stuff. It's actually who you are. And so I guess, once again, my background where, you're a facilitator of other people's growth and development and success, has become very much part of my motivations. I love doing all the other things, and I love the opportunities. I love causes. I love being able to promote and defend our region. There's times when we get into, real contests and scraps in Parliament, and I love that as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah, you know,
awesome.
all those things.
I like what you said there about, you know, having your head and your heart in alignment, because when you're talking, you can sort of really see it through your body language that you're really grounded in that I know who I am and I know where I'm going, and that comes across quite loud and clear, I think, to me, sat
Good.
here.
Yeah.
How much do you think about the message that you send out on a non-verbal sense? Do you ever think, I mean, obviously you've got a really good idea of, yeah, like you said, keep your head hard and your heart soft. To me, that's, you know, about being decisive and
Yep.
keeping the focus on yourself. But yeah, do you think about sort of how you're communicating that?
I think it's really important, actually, because communication is not just content, but it's concentration of that message. So their body language comes into that. It's very hard to have a serious message that you want to deliver into Parliament if you don't have the body language that genuinely communicates the same thing.
Yep.
And so they call it gravitas, essentially, where everything in terms of your communication message is saying the same thing. And people see that as a genuine belief that an MP will have. And most often, people like their members of Parliament to be there who have convictions, even if they disagree with them.
Yeah.
At least they have something.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, and that's really important. You know, so often we get criticised as you go there and you're a bit of a party hack. You've got to vote the party system and the party way. Well, yes, that's true. There's a lot of unity and force in that collectiveness. But we do, behind the closed doors of our caucus, get to debate the issues, get to disagree with each other. And so once we have done that, we can go into the public space and be united. And the thing about a party system is that we all get to contribute to what we think. And that's a really good process. And then Parliament does the thing in a bigger way. We've got parties who have different perspectives and we get to debate it publicly in front of the country. And I think it's just a fantastic way that democracy works. So coming back to your question, Parliament is full of passionate people who believe things, who disagree strongly with each other. And in a funny way, I think it's the most varied qualities of New Zealand society put together in one room, a debating chamber, of 120 MPs who have to work it out. It's like our country. We have to work it out.
That's right. Yep.
And that's what we're doing. We're trying to collectively, though we disagree at times, we have our own turn of changing things. We have a process called democracy, which enables us to, as best as possible, make progress as a country, even when you disagree.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.